Australia. We're coming at you thanks to Continental Airlines, live from New York City, home of the Homeboys, home of the Free, home of the Panhandler, and now home of Tonight Live. Give a big welcome to the star of the show, a man who's huge down under, your host for the evening, Steve Vizard.
Welcome again. We're coming to you live from New York City, and what can I say, a fantastic audience back in Australia on this Tuesday night. We're coming to you live from New York City, the only city in the world where you can order a half-calf, decaf skinny chino, and they know what the hell you're talking about. Now, specifically, we're coming to you from Ed de Bevic's Diner, which is in Greenwich Village. Now, I've only been here a couple of days, and already the people here have taken me to their heart. They've given me my own title, the Greenwich Village Idiot. We're only a stone's throw here from Broadway, and you can see here the world's best shows. There's Shirley MacLaine and Sinatra together, and in fact I went to see them last night, and absolutely fantastic show. Shirley says it's the biggest concert she's done since she played the Coliseum 2000 BC. And I must say, poor old Frankie, and I am a Frank Sinatra fan, poor old Frankie is struggling to remember the lyrics. He actually said, I've got you, dum-da-da-dum. They've got a whole line of auto cues across the bottom of the stage, and Frankie, it's sad to say, couldn't remember any of the lyrics. It sort of almost perfectly qualifies him to sing Advance Australia Fair at a grand final. Actually, Frank Sinatra came up to me after the show, and he spoke to me personally. Frank spoke to me. He actually said, out of my way, punk, or I'll break your legs. Now, up the other end of town, Bob Dylan's playing, and it's absolutely packed to the rafters. Mind you, most of them floated up there. We have a population explosion of guests. Tomorrow night we've got Christy Brinkley and Lionel Richie, and that's coming live. That's coming live from the home of an Italian family in New Jersey. It's sort of, it's 4 generations of Italians living under the one roof. It's sort of like a New York Sylvania Waters, so that's going to be a big show tomorrow night. But tonight, again, an abundance of riches. The director of movies like Dressed to Kill, Scarface, The Untouchables, director Brian De Palma's with us, author of bestsellers, Slaves of New York, Tamar Janovitz is with us, black activist who later this week joins the Bill Clinton presidential campaign. The Reverend Al Sharpton is with us, a very funny lady, Brett Butler, some singers for us, and we're going into the homes of people like Woody Allen, Michael Douglas, Bruce Willis, and a host of others. In fact, you know, one of the great things about being in a city like New York is that is the people you get to meet. Now, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but we've managed to secure some pretty exclusive interviews with the cream of the entertainment world over here. And, well, let's just show you as we go into the homes of some of New York's rich and famous. As you can see, I'm standing outside 930 Fifth Avenue, which of course is the apartment of Mr. Woody Allen and company. Woody's expecting me. Thought we'd walk on up and have a bit of a chat with Woody about, well, about a lot of things he has not opened up to, frankly, to anyone else in the world. Let's just go in and see Mr. Woody Allen.
please, please, please. No, no, do that to me. Please. No, no.
Mr. Woody Allen, yes, and it's stars, stars, stars. In this city of stars, we now come to Langham House, the home of Mia Farrow, star of Rosemary's Baby, and I know Mia's expecting us. How do you do? I was wondering if there's any prospect of seeing Miss Farrow? Any prospect at all? Could we go up and wait? That'd be pushing it. Would we go and have a look?
We're not allowed in the building.
10 minutes tops. Okay, I understand. Yeah, that's fine. Have you seen Rosemary's Baby? Is there any chance of talking to Mr. Allen? No. At all? Forget it. He's obviously a new doorman. Zipping in to see Michael Douglas. Steve Vizard, how do you do?
All right.
How are you? Your name is?
Mario.
Mario.
As you know, we're not allowed to take shots.
I sure understand that. Michael Douglas, Mickey Douglas.
Yes.
Michael and me. Could I pop up and see Michael? Any prospect?
He doesn't live here anymore. He moved to Santa Barbara, California. It was 3 years ago.
Madonna. Yeah, Madonna. Steve Vizard is my name. V-I-Z-A-R-D. V-I-Z-A-R-D. She would be expecting me. Steve Vizard. That's a no? No. That's a no. Have you seen a book? And as you can see, I'm now at the service entrance for Woody Allen's apartment. That is the Woody Allen, who I'll be speaking to in but a few moments when I overcome a few minor technical difficulties. And as you can see, a pile of rubbish. Woody's cleaning out at the moment. He's obviously planning to move, and so a fairly extensive array of merchandise, and it tells us a few publications, Korean journals. Have you seen Bruce Willis and Demi Moore floating around?
I have.
What floor are they living on, roughly? I mean, I don't want to go into details here, but if you were me, what floor would you say? Just hold fingers up, don't get into details.
I'd say 21.
21?
Yeah.
And what's... Just heading up to see Demi and Bruce. I wouldn't be surprised if they've got some cookies out, they've got some milk on the table. They probably want me to nurse the baby. This is them. This is the floor. And any minute it's just opening up there and it's coming back down without the door opening. God damn, we've got a minor problem there. We'll just face the old doorman, and he'll be teeing Bruce and Demi up as we speak. I shouldn't be in the least surprised.
You guys got stuff there?
Yeah, we didn't see Bruce or Demi at all.
No, you're gonna see him.
Is there any chance?
No, there's nobody there.
Can I leave a message with Steve Rand? We'll be talking to Woody a little later on when we place the call through the thing. Woody's apartment, and we'll be back, of course, and don't think that guy won't be in very deep shit. And there you have it, lifestyles of the rich and famous, exclusive interviews that we managed to secure of these various apartments. Just a point of clarification, as it turned out, while I was over there getting into their places, it turns out that Woody and Madonna and everyone else was back at my hotel room waiting for me, so you wouldn't read about it. We've got a big show for you, but first up, right now, it's time for the very latest news, the Queen of the Newsbeat, Ms. Jennifer Kite.
Thank you, Steve. Yes, good evening, everyone. Linda Cook, the Sydney teenager abducted at gunpoint from a lover's lane, has been found alive. News that Linda has been found broke a short time ago. She and her boyfriend had been bailed up by an armed man early on Sunday. They were bound and blindfolded and taken by the abductor in his car. Boyfriend Grant Howell was released 2 hours later. Linda was found in the Beverly Hills district, and there are some reports that she was tied up when found. Nothing is being said about her condition, but she is thought to be at the St George Hospital. The expected death toll in the Cairo earthquake has risen to 450. Some people are being found alive in the rubble, but it's feared that among those who perished is a group of 200 school children.
The quake only lasted a few seconds, but this is what happens to poorly built buildings. Rescue workers say they haven't given up hope that there may be survivors, but there appears little chance. It's the same story in other buildings in the area where hope gives some small comfort. This girl is waiting for news of her mother, father and sister. They're inside. Saudi Arabia has pledged $50 million in aid to Egypt and President Mubarak, interrupting a trip to China, said he may call for more international aid. The only good news is that Egypt's historical heritage, the pyramids and the Sphinx, have apparently survived intact.
Australian aid workers in Somalia have fallen foul of the unstable political situation there. One has been captured and another is missing. A Care Australia administrator, Bob Allen, was taken by invading rebel troops from Baidoa. Mr Allen has been able to contact Care authorities to say he's all right, but his circumstances are uncertain. Another worker, Barbara Mitchell, a nurse from New South Wales, is also missing. Political division turned to bitter acrimony in Parliament today, with the government and opposition trading insults. Liberal Fred Chaney was expelled, sparking another outburst from the opposition.
The Prime Minister made a rare confession to his caucus today that he'd blundered last week, claiming the recession was over long ago. That gaffe, along with the Industry Minister's backflip on growth forecasts, has the government under pressure.
And this bundle of rubbish called Fightback. And this bundle of schlock.
Opposition frontbencher Fred Chaney was given his marching orders for back-chatting, prompting John Howard to complain of bias by Speaker Leo McClay.
The House will come to order. Order. The member for Bassett resume his seat.
Both sides are spoiling for a fight, but with no election in sight, parliamentary brawling is passing for debate, the sort of thing that gives politicians a bad name.
Shark hunter Vic Hislop has caught 2 sharks in the Moreton Bay area where a surfer was killed 2 weeks ago. Vic Hislop caught a 4.5 metre white pointer and a 3.6 metre bronze whaler off North Point, the place where 28-year-old Michael Doherty was killed. A large crowd gathered to see the sharks.
They're still the scourge of the ocean. Get rid of them.
The sharks were gutted and inspected for signs of the fatal attack. Nothing was found, but Mr Hislop says because they often disgorge themselves, the investigation is inconclusive. The hunt for the killer shark will go on. And Steve, just in case you didn't have time to read the local newspapers, here's a couple of items you might have missed. This is the mother of all pumpkins, setting a new world record. The vegetable monster weighs in at 327 kilograms and stands 1.2 metres tall. By my calculation, the farmer's wife will need about 5 litres of cream to make a decent soup. And from the file of stupid stunts, here's Brian Carson. Inspired by the diving at the Barcelona Olympics, he attempted to jump a line of cars with backward somersault, twist and pike. Brian, known as the Greg Louganis of stunt diving, thrilled the crowd with this trick, and just for the record, he was unhurt. Incredible. And Steve, what did you think of that stunt? Steve, back to you in New York. I said, what did you think of that stunt?
Which one, Jen? I'm sorry.
I see, not concentrating again.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Too much happening.
I was not paying attention.
Don't worry about it. How's it going over there?
Oh, it's going fantastically, Jen. Did I tell you I went and saw the opening of the Gerard Depardieu movie?
No.
I went and saw the opening of 1492 with Gerard Depardieu. I did. I went and saw, and Gerard Depardieu was there, and it's about
I love
Columbus
the way you say his name. Just say his name again.
Gerard Depardieu. Gerard Depardieu. Gerard Depardieu. I went and saw the opening. 1492. It's about the discovery of America by this guy, and he's supposed to be starving on this long trip to America, and the guy actually puts weight on throughout the course of the movie. He ends up the movie being physically bigger than the continent he discovers. It's extraordinary. I don't think 1492 is the year. It's actually more his weight by the end of the movie. Good movie. And there's a movie called Columbus, which is another movie about Columbus, and this is really good casting. They've cast Tom Selleck as King Ferdinand of Spain.
Good
Great
choice.
casting, because when I yeah, when you think King Ferdinand, automatically you say Tom Selleck. He's the only king who actually picks up babes and solves murders on the way through the film. Anyway, there you have it.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping busy anyway, Steve. Have a good time.
Thanks, Jen. Good to talk to you. A woman on a rampage. Brett Butler headlines comedy shows across the states. She's been on talk shows. She regularly appears in comedy venues. She Am I going well so far, Brett?
I'm trying to pick up the other side of the planet. Yes.
Yeah.
Fine, thank you. Yes.
Going well so far.
Fine,
Please welcome the Southern bombshell of comedy, the mouth from the South, Brett Butler.
I live for that. I'm listening. Thank you.
So, Brett, you are in fact a Southern belle, aren't you?
Yes, unfortunately, I'm so Southern. I'm related to myself. I was raised Southern Baptist. We had a big picture of Elvis's Last Supper in our living room.
The whole McCoy.
Right.
What sort of...
Have I offended anyone? Because right now there'll be Baptists going, you can make fun of Jesus, but you leave the king out of it. So.
What sort of an environment was that for a young lady growing up?
Oh, it was very proper for some ladies, but I missed out on that. I ended up losing my virtue in the back of a pickup truck, holding onto a gun rack, looking at a picture of a buck deer drinking out of a stream, saying things like, "Is the safety on?" Is that too graphic for you this morning?
No, it's 8:30 in the morning, and it's just exactly what you need for breakfast.
Woman. Okay.
Yeah, but you've lived in New York, which sort of accounts for it, for this vulgarity, this level of vulgarity.
I love this place. I've lived in New York for 8 years, and I moved to New York because I thought New York would be devoid of the intolerance and racism that I grew up with in the South. As it turns out, New York is more like a bigot's buffet. You know, you take a redneck here and they're like, well, hell, this is great. I can hate everybody.
Do you notice, as a performer, a difference between performing to audiences, say, in New York, than you would where you grew up in the South?
Well, not as much difference as people think there is. Like the first time I ever did a show here, it was in Brooklyn. And the crowd was these, you know, with these gorgeous 18-year-old mustachioed Sicilian carnivores and their boyfriends. And I finished my show, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "You're from where?" "I would never go down south because people sound so stupid when they talk." And what can you say? You know, oh, Arturo, Prince of Irony.
You're a married woman?
Well, I've worn this since he died after I nursed him through. No, I'm sorry. Yes.
Sorry.
Put a kink in your comedy. Yes, I'm happily married. There's a quiet corner in hell we can all cherish. I'm happily married. He's great. I married a New Yorker who is Jewish, and don't think his parents aren't thrilled to death with me, as a matter of fact. Yes.
This is your first marriage?
Oh no, this is the happy one. This is the one I'm on now. My first one was too grim for words, but you're inquiring, aren't you?
Yeah, tell us about...
Read the little paper and I'll answer the little
tell us about the first one then.
Well, I would say,
watch the cutlery, for God's sake.
I have to pick up things sharp when I think about it.
Security!
I was married, I would say, to a redneck from the Deep South, but that would sound politically incorrect, so I'll elaborate. I was married to a subliterate, terracotta-toothed imbecile with violent tendencies. Wait, other words are coming to mind. I was married to a simian knuckle-dragging, cousin-dating, mother-loving, dog-selling, trailer-dwelling, brainless amoeba on the booger farm of the bayou. God, I feel bad. You want more? I think I've eviscerated him. Yeah. You think that was hard?
So you worked everything out,
but no,
essentially.
I promise you that he doesn't understand hyphenated references, so here's this. Okay.
You know what you want yet, mister?
This is the food here. Can I have some fries, please?
Yeah, what kind of fries do you want? French fries? Something. Wet? Right. Chili fries, chili fries, cheese fries, tom fries, combo?
You need a translator.
I need a translator for this.
That's for grits.
Grits, I'll have it. What are grits?
We ain't got no grits.
Okay.
I'll have some French fries. Thanks very much.
Fries. What kind of fries do you want? Regular French fries?
Which French fries?
French fries?
This could take...
Can't you hear what I'm saying, mister? Get that thing out of you. Hear me better.
This could... could I just have some bacon and eggs?
Well, sure. How do you want your eggs? Want sunny side up, sunny side over? Poached?
Poached I get. Poached I'll have. Poached I can understand.
You want some toast with that?
Yeah, I'll have
some. What kind of toast you want?
What sort of toast is there?
Well, you know, white 7-grain sourdough rye.
Look, this could take forever. We might take a break. We'll be back after the break and see if we can work out what the hell we're talking about here. This is live. Actually, what I'll have is...
Hi, my name's Scott, and I'm in Central Park, New York, and you're watching Tonight Live with Steve Vizard. See ya.